First, our top story tonight, a man who pled guilty to aggravated vehicular homicide learned his sentence today. Thanks for joining us for 7 News at 6. I'm Michelle Chavez.
And I'm Stephen Moore. Last November, a Belmont County woman was fatally injured when an impaired driver crossed into her lane and struck her car head-on. Despite numerous surgeries, 49-year-old Sunny Ray Scott of Bel Air died a week later. Today, the driver, 33-year-old Benjamin Romshak of Flushing, was given the maximum sentence under the law, 9 years in prison. Romshak was in drug court at the time, but he left a residential treatment facility and drove under the influence of methamphetamine.
I accept full responsibility for my actions. I will show this court, community, and most important of all, the Scott family, that my actions will speak louder than my words. But from the bottom of my heart, I am sorry.
You emerged from the crash fine. She languished and suffered in a hospital for a week before she passed. The first version that you told law enforcement of what happened is you were reaching for a cigarette. You never mentioned that you were under the influence.
Cases like this have no good outcome. Regardless of how many years somebody gets in prison, we still have an innocent loss of life for essentially just a very, very senseless, tragic situation.
Judge Chris Berhalter said that Romshak was driving so erratically that day that several other drivers had called into 911 to report him. Many police officers headed to the scene on State Route 331, but by the time they arrived, Romshak had crossed the center line and struck Miss Scott. Police described her as a kind, loving soul and a mother and grandmother to be, and a light in her family and the community.